everyone, this is Anna from All DIY Crafts, and today I'm going to be making a beachy seashell coaster. And what had happened is I bought all these starfish from Amazon, and it was my fault. I accidentally dropped this thing of seashells on it, and possibly this thing of sand on it. So it crushed some of them, or broke their little legs off. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a little leg missing there. And I didn't really want to waste these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our mold that we know uses 100 ml of resin. And I thought, you know what I could do is I could place these in here like that, because they don't go over the edge. And maybe we can salvage them that way. And then on the top I'll just use some abalone and seashells. I'm on the fence about using sand on top after I do the design, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my art resin and I'm going to mix 50 mLs, and I always mark it because I can't really see these that well, the markings on here, so I use a little Sharpie and I just kind of highlight it so I could see it better. So I'm going to go ahead and get this poured, and we will go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're poured at 100, and we may need a little bit more. We don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up, and then we will go ahead and add our starfish in first. Okay, so it's completely mixed, and what I've done is I've taken my fast resin cure. It takes 2 hours to cure the resin, and I've put it underneath my mold here. I made sure it was still level. It really doesn't matter with this because we're going to have a lot of bulky stuff in there right now, which we'll smooth out later. And so what I do is I lift it and I put it into the machine. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead first, and I'm going to let the resin go into the groove here, and then I take a skewer and I break these in half so that I can use them more than once, and then I'm going to go around here and get any air bubbles. Okay, so here's the first part. So now what we're going to do is there's a little opening here. That's fine. We're going to be working with this part next. What I want to do now is we're going to start taking these starfish, and what I've done is I've taken the smaller ones or the ones with the broken feet, and I'm just going to put them, it's a little easier said than done, into our mold. I like the back part of it. I just think it shows more detail, but I'm just kind of alternating as I put them in here. Okay, so we have our shells in. So with the resin I have left, I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to put it in here. I'm going to put some seashells into this smaller silicone cup. And the reason is these little shells, I don't know if you can see them, they have like a little holes inside, and which can trap some air. So if I feel that if I can go ahead and swirl it around in here, I'll get some of those air bubbles out. I don't guarantee it, but it's worth a shot here. And I'll leave a little bit of resin out just so I can add as needed. flatten them down to make sure they don't rise above where our end's going to be. It's actually a big one. So what I do is I'll hold the stick here to see if it's going to rub. It looks like it'll be okay. It's always a good idea to do. Like this starfish here, it's going to give us a hard time. Now we just have to readjust it. Sometimes they rise a little bit, and that's okay. And push them back down when we're ready to go. Okay, I think we could add some more in here. I think what we'll do is maybe we'll sneak a starfish in down here. These were too big for the sides. I'm kind of on the fence about this piece of abalone. It's kind of a big piece. Maybe if I can flatten it that way. Just think it might be an issue. Pour some more shells out. Now these I'm just going to hand place, because if I pour too much more in there, I'm going to let the silicone, or I'm sorry, the resin fill their little holes there before I drop them in. I'm trying to go for the smaller ones here. That looks like it's just a piece of a shell. And what I'm trying to do is just fill in any little holes as best I can without disrupting the whole pattern. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I pretty much put the shells everywhere that I could. And what I'm going to do is, if I have any big like gaps that are see-through that I just couldn't fit a shell into, I'm going to go ahead, because these abalone pieces, they're flat. They're broken up and they're flat, and it'll be easy for me to like just kind of lay it on top like that, and it'll kind of help hold the design. Some of the starfish like to float, so it kind of holds them down because of the weight, but it also kind of finishes it out nicely. You want to make sure that it doesn't go over the lip. We have a little bit of playroom here, but you know, I just don't want to go over. So I'm going to go ahead and just place a few more of these. It's not going to be completely non-see-through, and I don't think I am going to do the sand. I think I'm just going to see how this goes, just with us covering this whole thing with shells, because I like the way it looks now, so I don't want to put sand in it. So I'm going to place a few more of these, and then we're going to go ahead and put it into our resin cure. So it has been an hour in the cure, and I'm trying to zoom in here. And as you can see, I added a couple of sand dollars just because. But as you can see, it's very bumpy, and we have enough left over here so that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little bit of extra resin, and then I'm going to put it back in. It looks like it's only taking about an hour. So I'm going to add probably about 15 mLs total, so 7.5 of the art resin A and then 7.5 of the B, and I'll be right back. everybody, we're back. I had some extra resin, and so what I did was I just put it in this little bookmarker. It's very pliable. You can see it's still bent, so I have to be very careful with it. It's very pretty. So whenever you have extra resin, just have these little molds available, and that way you don't waste any. So this second part took another hour. Isn't that pretty? It's the back. It's the front. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. Links for everything I use are in the description below, but I also do step-by-step instructions on my website, and it usually comes out the day of or the day after I post the video. So all DIY crafts, and there's a link to that down below too. Have a great weekend.